Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to fold this one, the ADFX-01, and it is based off a plane that is from a video game called Ace Combat Zero Belka War. And as you can see, this plane, just like the one in the game, it has this forward swept wings, tiny canards, and this toe-in vertical stabilizers, a pair of afterburners, and the intakes. And as you can see, it's pretty cool, and it's also the first jet that has the forward swept wings featured on my channel, and it's also the second installment of an Ace combat plane being featured on my channel, and the first one is the CFA-44 Nosferatu. And this plane is actually not that good at flying, and its creation is more like an obsession rather than a practical choice, because I just want to make something that resembles the one from the game and looks pretty cool, and just don't care about how well it would perform. In some early tests, it always likes to stall and go down because the CG is kind of messed with this kind of wing configuration, but finally I just somehow managed to make it out and get this thing actually flying without stalling, although not that good at doing some distance or something like that. And now let's begin. So firstly, we prepare a square sheet of paper right here, and we're going to make a water bomb base. Or be precisely, this is actually the tiger shark base, as you'll find out. We just squash fold this in, and this one in, and we get this center kite shaped thing like here, and we flip it over, and we notice that this line and this line, we're going to match these things up like this, as you can see here, and same for the other side. Fold this right away. And then, as we have these two creases right here, we're going to move on and fold them in. And fold this up and fold this. And notice that this part we have to match this line and this line up. And also same for this one. And fold this down, and same for the other side. We have to make sure this line and this line are lining up, and this directly as this kind of 45-degree thing here. And then we fold it down. And now let's go ahead and fold this in. So firstly, we have to using this as a reference point right here, and then we just fold it like this, and make sure that you have this line and this line itself, they lined up to create one of your reference creases right here, and we move it in and make sure that this line and the center line matches up. So this will give you another tiny kite shaped thing. Same for the other side. And then let's just go ahead and move them in. As you can see, just get these creases to be meshed up. Oops, let's make sure our lines stay flat. And now let's create another diagonal crease right here. Fold this down, crease it, and then we unfold it, and notice that we have this triangular thing right here and several other triangles, and we're gonna fold it up using this crease and fold the sides in, and you have this part, and fold it down. this. On this side, you'll see such kind of a shape right here, and this side is like this. Actually, you're also going to see a similar structure like in my F-104 Starfighter. And then we fold this down, and you have the basics of a Tiger Shark base and also for the ADFX-01 Morgan. And now let's fold this in. Make sure this line and this line is lined up, and also this and this line. Now crease it, and now we are having our layers for our canards and the wings. Yeah, make sure things are lined up and symmetrical. Good. And now let's fold our wings up, maybe, or okay. We have this point right here, and it's going to be a reference point, and we fold this up. Make sure that this line and this line actually lines and matches up. Same for the other side. Perfect. And then we move ahead, and you see this part, this intersection, we fold it up, or actually you just match this line and this line up. Same for the other side. Good. Also, be careful and make sure everything is symmetrical. And then we have, you see these two creases right here, and we are going to fold it and make sure that these creases merge together. And same for the other side. Well, basically you're just having this point and this creases blend together. Yeah, maybe we can fold these two triangles inward a bit, so actually you can make some things quite simple for reference. And now let's go ahead to shape the wings and the canards. So firstly, you fold this in using this crease, and you just line them up and collapse it. So you're actually forming this kind of thing, such W-shaped thing. Yeah, it's taking shape. Same for the other side. Great. And check your symmetricity. Now as you can see, you're almost having this kind of leading edge here. And let's fold this up. And check it again. Oh wait, things are getting tricky because this kind of matching is kinda hard, kinda annoying. For planes using such bases. Alright, never mind. Let's continue. So now we have this creases right here, and we're going to have more reference, and we fold this line to this crease. And fold it over. And I'm gonna move it in a little bit. And your one side of this wing is almost taking shape right here. And same goes for the other side. Good. And check the symmetricity again. Good. And now let's do some shaping, much more detailed. Yeah, this step is quite important because the tiny wings on this jet actually makes it very sensitive. Oh, kind of a struggle here. Alright, let's move on. So now you have your reference creases all over the place, and so we can actually unfold it and use your reference creases as other guide points and get things reversed. So the first step, you have this creases, we fold it out, and oops, check it, and right here, no, and then we fold it in, and basically you're just using the creases you just made before, and some other creases, just continuous doing this kind of reverse fold thing, sinking and reverse folding. And very exact, this is almost the same as this one right now. Same goes for the other side. And remember that symmetricity is important, especially for this plane due to being very, very sensitive. And let's check this again. Okay, very good, very good. And let's go ahead and make them flat, because as you can see, it's getting really thick right here. It has plenty of layers in these leading edges that reinforce the wing. And then we're going to do some other steps. As you can see, you have this kind of reinforced structures right here in the wing and these canards. And firstly, we're gonna fold this up, and in this way you just transfer some kind of layers a little bit forward. And then after you fold this up and you have this kind of guidance point and this crease, you pull this out and pull it right here, and you have this. And I'm going to tease a bit that this step will also appear in my F-14 Tomcat that you've all been waiting for, and I may release that tutorial later on my schedule, maybe someday. It's gonna be really, really long. And fold this down, and using this, you fold this down, you fold this down, and collapse. So you have your canards, the base shape of your canards, and let's fold this in and have some reference again. And one thing that seems not that significant, but actually I think it's important on this jet, and that is you have to shrink your canards a little bit. Or actually you have your CG being behind your center of lift and making it aerodynamic and stable. And you fold this in. Be careful. Using this as a guideline, you fold it in and then you fold it again. Fold this up a little bit and then fold it down. And you have this shrinked canards right here. Same for the other side. And we just tweak it in again. Go, we have our canards. And maybe we can just unfold it now, and then reshape it when we complete our jet fold. And now we open this pockets up and reinforce the wings a little bit more. And then we fold this in and fold it down. Good. And use this charger to collapse it even more so they stay flat and rigid. And now let's move ahead and form our engines. So we unfold these two things that are now trapped, and you notice that you have this point right here inside and this point down there, and you're gonna fold it down. And this part, we notice that you have this, and go ahead and collapse it. And then after we do this, we just have to make sure that you have this center line, and we fold this layer up. And this layer would actually later on become your intake section, or the undercarriage, the front undercarriage of your engine pod. And same for the other side. And this thing, fold this down. Basically, you are just matching these lines up somewhat, and you just fold this up again to the using the center line as your reference crease, and good. And then fold it up and check, make sure things are almost symmetrical. And now we can go ahead and form our stabilizers and afterburners. So basically you have this two flaps underneath, and that are going to be your stabilizers and afterburners. We can actually first fold this down so we have enough space for the nest for us to operate. Yeah. And then fold this up right here, and fold this up. Yeah, it's pretty basic. And fold this up again and again. And then we just get this to fold up. Same for the other side. And check both sides. Good. Okay, now we are back and we're going to fold our afterburners and the stabilizers. And now, the first step is we just squash fold this and make sure that this line and this lines are matched up. And same for the other side, we have this reference crease first and squash fold it like this. And then we pile this open and fold this up like this, and then we just unfold it, and then you have to make this crease into this section, fold it up. Same for the other side, so you have your further reference creases and pile this up. Same for the other side. And then we just have to reverse this part downward, as you can see. And same for the other side. Oops, it should be like this. So now you have this part, and this part will become your afterburners. And let's flip it over, and then notice that you have this crease that we previously created, and we're going to fold it up right here. And basically you actually want it a little bit forward to get as closer to this line as possible. And you just match them up and creating this triangular shape and collapse it, and you have one side of your stabilizer. And same goes for the other side. Fold this up and then fold them in and as forward as possible, and to this line. This points for reference, and move it forward. Push it forward. And let's check the symmetricity. Right. Now we can fold this and this. Oops. Something is a little bit wrong in this symmetricity, and let me double check it. This time is almost correct, and now we almost have this point right here, and we're going to follow it and make sure that this line and this line is parallel. Actually, you have to be a little bit away from this part. Actually, land your point at this afterburner thing. Same for the other side. And we're gonna check it. Yeah, symmetrical is important. You have to fold this and you unfold it, And let's do some checkings on the jet fold. For doing the jet fold, we're gonna fold this up. This will reinforce your nose, and you actually will see this similar structure on the Phoenix by Jason, or actually my Tomcat also have some sort of this kind of structure because these two planes share the same base. The Phoenix and my Tomcat. Crease them in, and now we got things locked up right here in the nose and also reinforced. And by using this, we create another crease here. Fold this down, so this will be one of your guidance points for the jet fold. And when jet folding, you have to make sure that you're not matching these 2 points up, but you are creating something that is from this line marched here and extend to the back, and these 2 lines being parallel. Or actually, these 2 tiny points are actually creating some sort of reference and guidance right here. And same for the other side. And collapse it. Smash it so the creases are rigid. And now when folding this up, you are not folding the wings from here up, but you are folding from here to here, which is similar to the Y23 or the CFA-44 Nosferatu. So you have a widened jet fold. Same for the other side. Yeah, it can be a little bit tricky. And we gonna pop this a little bit, and then we're going ahead and lock the plane up. Just use this layer, you pop this in and add another layer, so your plane is now locked up. And now we're going to have our intakes and the frontal end of the engine pod left. So basically, you move this up, same for the other side, and you have this trapped layer here. And go ahead, we have to move it. Same here, and this bit, and fold it down. And then we just pop up a little bit, and then we fold this in, this triangular shaped thing from this line and this line. Make it straighten. Same for the other side. Like this. And then we're gonna roll it in. fold it. And actually you can tuck this tiny bit right here and into this pocket. And yes, this is the shaping process. Yeah, shaping always takes some time here. Fold it up. Or actually you can get them into this pocket, as I remember. Into this pocket. And then you just have to crease it. Make sure that things are properly shaped and creased. And here, as you can see, you have one side of the intake and the engine pod. And same for the other side. You're gonna round it in, fold it down, and tuck the layer in, and shape it. And then same for here. You can use the tweezers to make them a little bit more rigid, and they stay in shape a little bit better. And you have the intakes now. And let's see, now I have to fold the rest of this shape, and they tend to pop out a little bit. And fold this down and fold this upright like this, so you have the shrinked canards being folded up. And same for the other side. Yeah, so this actually creates some kind of limiter for the intakes that kind of restricted them into their place. And also with the canards being shrinked, you actually have your weight a lot better distributed, and the lift and weight distributed. And now pop the afterburners. Same for the other side. Pop it. Good. Congratulations, you just folded your own ADFX-01 Morgan. And to fly this jet, actually, it's kind of hard to fly it because you actually don't have this conventional controls like, for example, this Nosferatu. You can just use the use the trailing edges to bend this plane up, or like this the Praetor, which is conventional layout. It's also easy. And this one, the canard simply just won't offer any control to the plane, and you only have this trailing edges and this tails that can be bented, but usually this tail only offers yaw controls because they are in a towed in position and they almost did nothing as elevator, and basically you just only have these trailing edges, but because they are too close to the center of gravity, it is not very effective. Although actually it somehow do flies, but not that of a good one. So good luck and try it out, and see you in the skies.